We're making this short video to give people who are attending the Abhisheka some idea of what supplies, practice materials need to be purchased. I'm going to start with the things you absolutely must have, and then I'll move on to things that are not absolute necessary, but you might like to have. When purchasing your sadhana implements, you really should be directed by what inspires you, what feels good, what you would like. I think at a minimum you're going to spend $70, $80 for things, but you could certainly spend quite a bit more depending on workmanship, material, whether what you're getting is an antique, things like that. So the first thing you need is a tablecloth. This one is about 30 inches, let's see, this one is 32 inches by about 20 inches, 21 inches, and it's probably as big as anyone would need. You could even be smaller, that 20 inches or so. It doesn't have to be brocade. You could get just a nice piece of fabric and finish off the ends, or a nice scarf, something like that. So you start with a tablecloth. The next item that you need to do the practice is a bell and dorje set. This is probably a good size for most people. You can even get them a little bit smaller. Consider that when you're doing the practice, you're going to be holding these for long periods of time, doing a lot of manipulating of things with them, so if you get really big, heavy ones, they might be uncomfortable. Something to consider with bells and dorjes is they come either with 9-point dorjes, and if you can see this, it has 8 pieces around and a centerpiece for 9. And there are also 5-point bell and dorjes, 4 pieces around and 1 center point. Get whatever you like and inspires you. It doesn't matter whether you have a 5-pointed dorje or a 9-pointed dorje. The next thing that you need is a damaru drum. This is a perfectly fine small one. This is probably the biggest size that you want. Be careful not to get a chud damaru drum. This is too big for the practice. This wood drum cost about $30. It's very nice. You don't have to have a tail. Some people think it's easier to hold and manipulate with a tail, but you don't have to have one depending on time and cost. The next thing that you need is a kapala, and you can buy these kapala sets with a base and a lid. This might be the largest size of kapala that you would want to get. This is another very nice set that's probably about as small a kapala as you would like, because during the practice there are times when you have to dip into it and offer. And depending on your budget, it's quite all right to just get a nice white ceramic bowl, and at least for now use that as your kapala. So this is the basic what you need: the bell and dorje, the damaru, and a kapala. Other things you may want to get during the practice, there are times when you offer some rice and offer mustard seeds. So to have a little dish that you can put the rice and mustard seeds in is very helpful. These were just something that we got at an Asian food market. Some people get containers that they can cover up, and then when they travel to practice sessions, They have their rice and their mustard seeds with them. This is a nice set that screws together with a top so it all travels very nicely. Another thing that people sometimes like to get and have found useful in the practice is a book stand to put your text on, because you read the text for quite a while, and to have it in front of you up like this can be very helpful and useful. So a book stand, don't have to get that, but you might find it useful and helpful. So, bottom line, you need a bell and dorje, and a damaru, and a kapala. If you can't get things to hold the rice and mustard seeds, it's fine to have just a little pile of them on the table next to you during the practice. You need a tablecloth, and if you'd like, a book stand.